Morning Discord, morning YouTube. Let's get into it. Okay, in the pre-market, we had a little sell-off right here. So let's see if we start rejecting underneath the 5 MA right here. We want to look for... All right, 30 minutes says we got some room for the down. I think premiums are a little bit elevated today. Not too much, a little bit elevated. Five minutes says we're below the water. 30 minutes says we're below the water. 1 minute says we're below the water. Okay, I'm back. Excuse me. All right, let's see how we react to the 5 here. We just broke under the 5. Let's see if we retest and then reject underneath it. Or if this is going to be all the retest and reject we get. We're about to find out. you're waiting for an entry on the put side, let's see if we bounce off of 8204. I know this one was tough to catch. This one was tough to catch. So we'll see if we're gonna get the bounce over here. I want to see if we're gonna do a little dance. Excuse me, a little dance right here. Wait, so can you see? Is the 1 minute chart still not working? Let me know if the 1 minute chart's not working. Huh. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. That's so strange. Because it's showing on my end. Maybe you got to restart your browser or something like that. Okay. All right, good. So it's back working now. What was the fix to refresh? Refresh it like 5 times. And don't stress and don't worry. Apparently that's the fix. I know this one was tough to catch. So let's see if it does the dance at 8103. This one was tough to catch, I know. Let's see if we do the dance at 8103. Or what is it? 8101. Somewhere around here. Let's see. 8101 is down here. Let's see if we do the dance over here. We want to, excuse me, we want to look to see if we do a dance somewhere around here. Somewhere around this area, we want to see if we dance. I'm trying to translate from the 5 minute to the 1 minute, but this is what we're looking for. A dance somewhere coming up here. Which should be at 81, in between 8101 and 8106. So this 1 point right here. Seeing if we're gonna dance around here. So basically we're gonna see if this is our resistance. If this is our support, we'll see if we break through this to do this right here. You're talking about this gap all the way down to 78. And we're gonna see if we're gonna fill this gap. Let's see if we fill the gap. So let's look out for a weak bull cycle. Let's see if we retest the 5 and reject, or if we retest and build some strength off the 5 like this. So we either want to see something like that or something like that. So that's only if we get back above 82, 85. Otherwise, we're still in magenta. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit. Yeah, this pink ranger might need a little more time to develop. We got still 15 minutes left on this candle, on this 30-minute candle. So we're gonna look to see if we get a weak bull cycle here. If we get a weak bull cycle that coincides with a rejection underneath the 5, that might be confluence for us. So first step before we go in on calls, we need to get above the 5. That's step 1. So we're not looking for calls unless we see something like this. So we're not looking for calls until minimum we have to break and start rejecting. Once we start rejecting, then we're going to look for calls. Now it could happen where it breaks, price breaks the 5 and just shoots off without you. That's possible. All right, so for the puts, at this point here, we want to generate our macro algos. So we want to wait, give it a little bit of time, so I can generate some of the algos. Otherwise, if you're antsy and you're hungry for some puts, look for a weak bear cycle. Excuse me, a weak bull cycle. Until then, just wait until I make the algos. Once I make the algos, everything will be easier. There's got to be patient and wait for that time. The purple hasn't been confirmed yet. So at this point, because it's a 1, and we're still in the morning time range, purple's not confirmed. We gotta wait until we get a confirmation that when the price does break purple, that it's a thing. So we gotta wait for the confirmation. And then once I do get a confirmation, I'll start highlighting it in different thicknesses. I've actually never used a 4, but okay, there we go. So for now, it's gonna have to stay thin. Low confidence level. And it's a low confidence level because we don't have any confirmation that it is gonna be the break of purple. But as of now, because it's a 1, you got the least likelihood of it being a winner because it's a 1. All right, let's see how we react to the 5. Now, once we get above this 5, then we're going to start to look for our call entry. But we got to at least minimum get above this 5. Why? Because we know all the liquidity is built up right here. It's all built up right there. So we'll know if they want to break, retest, and reject the liquidity. That'd be our safest bet for calls. Now you're risking the opportunity risk of, you know, not going in on the break of magenta here. Like magenta broke, this is a 1. The target would be to the 5, so that target hit. But I didn't even highlight this yet, right? So we needed to get confirmation. So we're gonna see if we're gonna confirm this. Let's check the higher time frame. Are we back on market open now? Oh, my computer's messing up. All right, back on market open, right above market open now. Now here's the opportunity risk, right? You're risking that if you don't buy the call now, so let's say you buy the call, you're risking that it grabs liquidity from right now and just shoots up and it goes without you. That's what you're risking right now. Otherwise, your safety play, safety, quote unquote safety, is going to be wait for that. Wait for it to break comfortably, retest, and reject. And there goes the opportunity risk, right? As soon as I said, there's no guarantee that you can't buy a call right now and have the price just shoot up. I get it, right? That's the opportunity risk that we're missing. Your best bet is to wait for the retest and the reject. I know you see the opportunity going by, but these are the rules. It is what it is. Now you know what opportunity risk feels like. There goes the opportunity risk. I told you, you can buy a call right now and have it shoot up right past the 5. That's the opportunity risk. You just experienced it in real life. So if you're waiting for an entry, if you're looking for a call entry, let's wait for a break, a retest, and a reject. And that's all we could do. This is going to be your safest bet to be consistently taking reasonable amount of profit. Now, if it shoots up without us, then it shoots up without us, and you know, we live to fight another day. And these are the things you can't be upset with, right? You got to make your decision. Draw your line in the sand now. I'm on the 5. I'm going to be okay with whatever happens, right? Either it's going to reject here or it's going to break and retest. You got to be okay with whatever happens. You know the risks. You know exactly what the risks are at the 5. All right, now we got above the water on this candle here. On the 0951 candle, we got above the water. We might be starting a bull cycle now. We got to see if it's going to be a weak bull or a bull that's going to take us back up to all-time high. And now let's look at this wick on this 30-minute candle. Big rejection. So we're going to see if it's going to be a rejection off the 30-minute. And we're going to see if this is going to be a weak bear cycle to give us a bull cycle. The Pink Ranger to the upside's a winner. Pink Ranger to the upside was a winner. It's okay, I miss you guys too. We do it every day. Just don't overstay your welcome. Take your profit. Take your profit. We're gonna keep growing little by little. Little by little. Then you'll see in no time that little tiny moves are gonna be, you know, your whole day. Your whole day is gonna be done in 15-20 minutes. Little tiny moves like this. And then once you secured profit for the day, you're gonna be able to let runners run. You're gonna be able to let them run. It takes time. You got to build up to it. Give it some time. Just take the little base hits as they come. Okay, let's see if this shoulder coincides with the break, retest, and reject of the 5. It's about to get easier in a little bit. Just give it some time. It's about to get a lot easier. All right, we want to see if we're going to build in blue and then break purple for the down. The only thing we're able to test is magenta. So we're going to see if another magenta forms here on our bear cycle. And then we'll see if the weak bear cycle turns into another break of magenta. So we just got to wait for all that to happen. And if that doesn't happen, then we got to look for what the up scenario is, because we found the down scenario. So we just got to be patient now. If it does break this purple, your safe bet is going to be the second purple. Your safe bet's going to be somewhere down here. Not safe, you know, say quote unquote safe, but we'll see. If we get down here, watch, we'll see. It's about to get a lot easier. It's about to get a lot easier. We just need to be a little bit patient here. Let's see how we react to this, to the 5. So remember, the call entry is either going to be the break, retest, and the reject of the 5. The call entry is going to be the break, retest, reject of the 5. Nothing's changed. Still the same thing. Because remember, at this point here, I was like, look, here's the option. You get the opportunity risk that you buy the call now and it just shoots up without you, or you buy the call, break, retest, reject. You're waiting for that, or you can just wait for the retest and reject. And if none of that happens, that means there's no call entry. So you have to wait for all of that to happen. And if that doesn't happen, then there's no entry. I might need to readjust this blue. We'll give it a second. I might need to readjust the blue. All right, so let's see if we start breaking the liquidity to the upside or the downside. Your safety calls probably gonna be somewhere above 87.50. So we're gonna have to wait for this for safety calls. Safety puts somewhere down here. And I can't even see that. Let me highlight it. So this is our range right here, from 87 to 81. All right, at minimum, you know you're stuck in between this pink range right here. This highlighted pink range, at minimum, you're stuck in this range for right now. So the bigger move, 87.50, 81.02 for calls and puts. Until then, you're inside this pink range. So we're bouncing between 86.03 and the 5. So liquidity is building up right in here. It's about to get way easier. Give it a second. These are the two paths. If none of this happens, then that means you're stuck in here. Now you got to ignore the path I'm drawing. I'm just giving you an example of what it needs to look like. I don't know when certain, like I don't know that right now is when the flexion is going to happen. Meaning it could bounce around in here, you know, let's say until this point here. So I don't know when this is going to happen. I just know what it needs to look like. So, correct. At this point, it could go either way, but that's always in the stock market, right? But you wait for confirmations. So you wait for your confirmations to know this liquidity has been taken out. You wait for confirmations to know, excuse me, that all this liquidity has been taken out. So eventually, I'll put up another magenta whenever it. I guess we can try now. We'll try to put up, even though it technically hasn't formed yet, we can put up another magenta. So for any upside, we want to look for the breaking magenta. You know, hopefully you can get to the pink. Risk to reward, you got to measure that. If it gets past that, then you're targeting 87.50. Otherwise, you're looking for, if we break here, then we're looking to target the low a day. So these are the risks. This is what it is, right? So you're at the 50-50 right here. Your 5 is the 50-50. We're gonna see if we're gonna build in green and then break magenta for the up. So now we just gotta give it time. So there's nothing to do here, right? We're in the middle of the water here. We want to know if we're going to reject off the 5 or if we're gonna find strength to push it down. So we'll know if we find this bulk, if we break this magenta, this is what we're hoping on, or, so this will be our call entry, our put entry. We're gonna be notified on this first one. We're gonna see when the second one forms, and then we'll go in on the second one for safety. You also have to remember, I'm trying to do this live. So I'm doing it in real time, and the algos, they change, and I have to be able to adapt. So that's what I'm saying. With more time, it just gets easier with time. We just need a little more time. It always happens. Just be patient. I'm trying to do this like right now and as it's happening. It's a very difficult task. So with a little bit of patience, we'll get there, I promise. Because right now there's one, maybe two. However many colors there are on the screen right now, there's that many algorithms. So about 4. And they're trying to make a 5th. So we're still trying to find out which one's our dominant algo. We got some options here. We just gotta wait. Just gotta be patient. The market will reveal itself. It always does. You just gotta be patient here. You see how they're building up. They're building up a move. So let them build the liquidity, let them build all the liquidity, and then once they figure out the direction, we'll jump on the wave. We'll know somewhere down here for puts and somewhere up here for calls. But this is compression right now. This is price action. We're starting to test this lick box over here too now. So we're gonna see if we're gonna grab liquidity off of this lick box or if we're gonna continue underneath. It's a little bit off, but should be close enough. So now we're gonna see if this is gonna turn into a weak bear cycle or if it's gonna turn into a full bear cycle. We're about to find out. And look, here's the thing. If the break, retest, and reject doesn't work, it just means this wasn't the time. It doesn't mean that that strategy is not a thing. It just means this time didn't work out. But you know, on a balance of probabilities, that it does work. So we go off of probabilities because nothing's for certain. So we just got to be patient here and let one of the things happen, right? Either a break of this magenta or we wait for our second purple. Because this first purple is just going to get us still inside the range. So we need to wait for that second purple. "30 minutes says we got some room for the down. "5 minutes says we might be starting a weak bull cycle. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a little bit. Look, we're in the middle of the water, right? It's somewhere down here for puts, somewhere up here for calls. So we have to wait for, we're literally in the middle of the water. So one of them is gonna happen. How you play it, that's on you. But one of those two things is gonna happen. And if not, then guess what? That just means you got stuck somewhere in this range. And you can't lose too much in there. So let's see how we react to this first purple. We want to see if we're going to grab liquidity off this lick box or if we're going to go through it. And then if we go through, we wait for our entry somewhere down here. "30 minutes says you got room for the down. 5 minutes says you got some room for the down. 1 minute says we're maybe starting the opposite cycle, so let's wait till we get some more confluence. So this range right here is our 50-50. Watch. This area right here is our 50-50. We want to know if we're going to grab liquidity from this lick box to shoot up, or if we're going to use this liquidity to give us strength down. So this is what we don't know. This is the big 50-50 area right here. But eventually the market will tell us. Okay, I kind of like this dance right here. We'll see if it plays out to the downside, if it breaks purple. This purple's still holding up strong, so it's got some liquidity in it. All right, we're gonna see if we're stuck in between this. We're gonna see if we're stuck between magenta and purple. Just let it happen. Don't try to front run it. Don't try to front run it. Let it happen. I'll be right back. Set alerts. Don't overtrade. I'll be right back. Again, here's a recap. If you're waiting for safety, somewhere up here. Or for puts, somewhere down here. Other than that, you're in this range. So let's see. Okay, so I set an alert for 84.86 and for 81.40. Still didn't set off the alert yet. I have an alert set at 84.86. It's right here. Still hasn't been triggered yet. Let's see if this can take us above the water or if we stay below the water. On the 1 minute, we're still below the water. Yeah, they're fighting between the 5 and this lick box. Big fight going on right here. So now we're just gonna wait to see who's gonna win. So you need to start asking yourself, did green build enough liquidity to break this magenta and send us up to at least 8603? But the alert still hadn't even been set off, so at least wait for the alert to go off. Still didn't set off the alert. What the hell? I haven't, no. I haven't taken any. None for me. None for me. Okay, now the alert went off. Let's see what we got. That's a good question, Rhino, and that question is subjective, right? It's tough to say. Sometimes what I like to see is deep structure, meaning a bigger move like this, a bigger V. When it's thin like that, not so much. When it's a deep V like this, then I like it. So it doesn't mean that it can't, you can't have thin liquidity like this. I prefer something like this. So it's tough to say, right? It could be amount of time, or it could be the distance from the top to the bottom. So it's either one of those two things. And a lot of times it's a combination of both. I know that didn't really answer your question, but that is the answer, believe it or not. Hey Rhino, if you go into the lesson about thin liquidity, thin structure, it goes into it a little more in depth in the thin liquidity, thin structure lesson. I'll go back through and look to see exactly which one. It should be labeled. Yeah, it's in there. But this breaking magenta, this is it 30 cents yet? From 50, 84.50. All right, this is a winner. This is a winner. Look, all we have to do is be patient. I told you what was gonna happen. We just had to be patient, right? So our entry was break of this magenta. We also had our break of our key level. We waited for this entry. So this is a winner. So I'm not doing anything different than I'm telling what you guys to do. You understand? Everything I'm telling you to do, I'm doing the same thing. There's no, like, I'm not doing something that I'm not telling. You know, sometimes I'll tell you, I'm taking the risk here. I don't want you guys to do it. Sometimes I'll tell you that if I'm going to take risky plays, but otherwise it's going to be the break of whatever. So building green, break of magenta, winner. This is a winner. Easy money. Feels good to be back. Just had to be patient. I want to see if we can get at least to 86.03. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't overstay your welcome. You see a lot of resistance right here on thick pink. I might have overstayed my welcome. I'm gonna hold until it gets below the 5. If it gets below the 5, then I'll take the loss. I overstayed my welcome. I should have chased it, but it's fine. I'll be okay. I overstayed my welcome here. Maybe, we'll see. I'm gonna let it play out. So what I could have done was protected it immediately, especially because I had time, but I didn't. So now I'm at the mercy of this 5. I need it to start trending up, so at least I can maybe get back to break even. There was only one real entry, and that was on the break of this magenta. Otherwise, it would have been break of purple. This was the only entry possible. I'm still holding on, man. It's a little bit against me, but I'm holding. I'm hoping for a weak bear cycle here. If not, it's gonna go against me. But I'm keeping it at the 5, so a little bit below the 5. So if it stops me out, I'll have to be okay with that. They're giving me a second chance now, so hopefully we get this week. I could almost get break even right now, but I'll just wait for the 5. If it goes below the 5, then I'll get stopped out. I need it to trend up. I need it to start trending up. Sorry, I'm just really focused right now. Give me a second. If they give me another bite at the apple, I'll probably, maybe I'll stop out for break even. We'll see. No, it's fine. I'll just leave it at the 5. It's very small loss if it does. I had my opportunity to take my profit and I didn't. So I'll just stick to the play. We'll see what happens. No big deal. I'm just gonna move my stop underneath the last low. If it stops me out there, then I'll wait for my other setup underneath here. Otherwise, we're just stuck in this range. All right, I'm probably gonna tighten up my stop to stop the bleeding. I'll tighten it up, stop the bleeding. Let's see if I can get one more pop to the upside. I'm still here, I'm just being quiet. All right, we're almost back to break even. All right, we're back to break even. All right, now we're able to cover fees. Now we're gonna see if we can make some profit now. Whew, I didn't like that drawdown, especially for some reason I decided when I got underneath the 5 just to go to the last low. So I'm glad I made that decision. So now okay, let me see. I need a little pop up. Just a little tiny pop up. Little tiny pop up. Come on. Just a little pop. The price, okay, here we go. I need a little pop, just a little pop. Man, the price is just not moving. Okay, a little up. If I protect the trade now, it's going to stop me out. So I need a little bit of pop so I can get some profit here. Because I've just covered my fees. I mean, just a little bit, just a little something right here. I need a pop here because I'm not going to hold much longer. I need it to go up. I'm here, I'm just being quiet. Okay. Come on. I'm still here, I'm just being quiet. We need to break this. All right, this one took me out for fees, so. And then now look, now look, this one took me out for fees, so, and now look, right here. Come on, man. Hold on, let me see what I'm gonna do here. That's annoying. I'm gonna wait till above I'm gonna wait for this. Because if I go in on a call again, I'm gonna be revenge trading. So I just lost fees for no reason. I could have been stopped out for break even if I just would have held a little bit longer. That's fine. Fees better than nothing. I should have. I held all this time through all this, and then I give up. Come on, man. That was my fault. My fault. Okay. If I just would have held a little bit longer, I would have been in profit now. A little longer I needed to hold. It's like that sometimes. At least we didn't take like a loss. At least we didn't take a loss. It was just fees. What I consider fees, the cost of doing business. If I just a second longer, I could have at least took something. Let me see how long. 1, 2, 3, 4 more minutes. I held through all this pain. I just needed 4 more minutes, and my fingers got too. This is what I'm talking about, right? There's not, you know, I do it too. When you get antsy on with your trigger finger and you start moving your sweaty little palm, it happens to me too. Look, if I just would have waited, literally 5 more minutes, literally 5 minutes, I would have been fine. Now here's the profit now coming in, and I let the profit go the first time. And I should have told myself then, if you're gonna hold, you're gonna hold, right? I should have just held. But instead what I did was I kept moving my stop, right? At first it was on the 5, and then I was like, okay, let me go underneath the last low, which is here, which worked, right? And then it got above the 5 and it started rejecting, and then I started to get sketchy here. That's why I started moving it. And now look at the profit coming in. Now it's profiting. Now we're gonna see if we're gonna hit 86.03. Come on, man. You know, the frustrating thing is when you talk through everything that's gonna happen and then all of that happens. And then you had a game plan in your mind, and then you see one red candle, and that it feels like a punch in the face, and you're like, oh, whoa, I don't like that, I don't like that. And then your whole game plan changes up. If I just would have stuck to my own game plan, I'd be fine. That's okay. It happens. It happens. This is my first trade. I let the first one, I let it go against me, and then I was stupid. That's fine. We're always going to look back and shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh man, look at that. Would have been perfectly fine by now. It's okay. Let's get out of this liquidity box. We're in this range. Here, I'll highlight it again. I'll even make it thicker. 86.03 and 81.02. And this is why the second purple was the important one. Yeah. This price action is funky though. It's actually, look, remember I told you a long time ago, I don't know how long this is gonna take. It could be, I don't know when. So that actually is happening. So we don't know when, but so we're gonna recap. If you did take the break of this magenta, this was a winner. You could have made money here. If you held, still could have made. You still could at least broke even if you held. Could have made some money on it. If you got a bad fill, you'd have to play it close. Okay, so I have my alert set on. Here, let me erase this one. I have the alert set on pink 86 and it should be the white one. We'll leave the pink right here. So in between these two pink. Wait for this liquidity range to break before you make any moves. Just wait for it to break. You see all the liquidity built up. You see exactly where it is. You see exactly where it is. Today, look at this. All day has just been choppy like this. You can't trade in this. We need this chop to break. So wait for above here or below here. That's the answer. If you're trading in this chop, you're okay with trading in chop. We've identified chop. There's nothing more we can do. You know, we could try to grasp at straws and try to go in on every single break of this, break of that, but you see what's happening. So we need liquidity to break, and that's the answer. Oh my goodness. The FOMO, if I just would have held a little. We always say that, right? If I just would have held. It's okay. Not every day is a trading day, and I'm okay with that. Sideways chop. Set your alerts. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. The worst part is when you know exactly what's going to happen, and then the thing happens, and you knew it was going to happen. That's okay. This is a very long hold. How long was this for? 1040. Yeah, that's a long hold. But strategy confirmed. Break of magenta. Hold for the retracement. It's a winner. This is a winner. Where do you come up with these memes? How do you get these memes? Yeah, on the larger time frame, it did what it was supposed to do. We just had to hold. We just needed to be extremely patient. Let me clean up this chart. As long as we're still inside this orange on the 30-minute, we're still inside the orange on the 30-minute. This is what you're dealing with. This is the 30-minute translated to the 5-minute. Here, I'll make this orange. Set your alerts. We're going to look for calls above pink, and we're going to look for puts below this pink. If none of that happens, that means you're just stuck in this range, and we're okay with that. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. You gotta wait for this liquidity box to break. So here's what we're talking about, Spanker. The structure we want to look for if we get down here is this. So this area right here is going to be our 50-50. So if we start trading below this, we got higher likelihood for this handle to form. If we start trading above this, we got a higher likelihood of this bolt to play out. So we're going off probabilities. So if you're going to be impatient and you can't wait for one of these things to happen, then you're going to be at the mercy of the market inside of this range. The second liquidity on purple broke right here. It was tough to see, but we're still waiting for this one down here. This is going to be our safety somewhere down here. But this one was a little hard to see. I need to come up with a different color than purple. Let's look to see if we have any confluence. We see we have our purple here. Let me highlight it really quick. We have our secondary liquidity purple right here. At this time, at 11:22 is when we had the break of this purple right here. Oops. So we had a break of this purple right here, which is when this little bear cycle started. Everyone see that? How purple broke, bear cycle started. Trust me, it's not just connecting tops and bottoms. It's not that. If it was that, everyone would be doing it. So if you're waiting for safety somewhere down here, just wait. What about if that one's even worse. Let me see if I could. What if I automatically highlighted the darker colors? Would that help? If I highlighted the darker colors, okay. So I'm gonna leave these highlighted then to help a little bit. So I guess I'll. Yeah, all right. We'll work on it and put it out. We'll just adjust purple to confidence levels. We'll just have to adjust one more above. All right, so we know we can expect a dance here. Now let's see if we form a purple here. And then we want to see if we form another purple here. How do I decide where to place it? Damn, that's a good question. Huh. So for example, on this one, I don't know. I don't know that it's gonna happen here. That's a good question. I wait for it to form. I just have to wait for it to form. I don't really have a good answer other than waiting for it to form. But I recommend just follow my lead. It'll happen. It'll just start to make sense. There's nothing I can tell you that you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I get it. That's not. Yeah, you're gonna have to. It just takes time. T3. It takes time. Yeah, to answer your question, how do I know? The answer is I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I'm putting the lines there because that's where I don't know. That's where I see the liquidity. I don't actually need to draw any of this. I can see it in my head. Eventually you'll get there too. But you're trying to get there before you're ready. Yeah, I know. I don't need any of this. Here, look, let me clear it up. I'm just trying to show you. So the reason why I'm drawing the path is just to show you my reasoning behind why I'm saying what I'm saying. We don't actually need the path, right? All you need really is the algos to tell you. The path is just showing you the path of the algorithm. It's impossible to know where they're gonna go because we know there's orders here, we know there's orders here on this 82.85, we know there's orders here on 81.40, and there's orders on 81.02. So we don't know the orders if it's gonna be, we have more call orders here, right? So price gets down to here, more call orders here, now they need to fill. Or if we have more put orders here, now they need to fill. So we have to wait for each level to break to know, and then a break and retest. So look, if we broke this liquidity here, we want to know that we broke, retested, and rejected. And same thing to the upside, right? So let's say we get above here, we want to know we broke, retested, and rejected. This is the ideal setup. So we want to see if we get a little dance right here. A little dance before it heads out. Now here's some secondary liquidity at, what is this, 82.85. Which is why you see me drawing the path like this. So ideally, you want to see all of this happen. So let's see if we get a weak bull cycle now. So if you're looking for put entries, either wait for a weak bull cycle or wait for this entire thing to play out. So what you're hoping for is that your weak bull cycle you're hoping that the weak bull cycle produces this movement here. So you want it to be so weak that it drags the price down. Even though it's not in a bull cycle, you want the price to drag down. This would be the ideal setup. If it doesn't happen like that, then it doesn't happen. But you want to wait for the cup to close and then wait for that handle to form. So let's say you're betting on cup to close, then you know you're targeting to pink. So let's see if we get a weak bull cycle here. So let's say you took the break of purple as your put entry. So whichever purple you took, then you're trailing inside of green until you break green for single contracts. This is how the guardrail system works. So you break this one, then you're trailing inside of this for your guardrail. Single contracts, you're out on this. Multiple contracts, you're out on this. Single contracts, you're out on green. Multiple contracts, you're out on magenta. So now we're waiting to see if this is going to be a liquidity grab. Okay, I'm gonna spend another few minutes on here, then I'm gonna call it. So I want to see what happens between. I want to know if we're gonna do this right here, or if we're gonna do this. I'm interested to know, so I'm gonna hang out until one of those two things plays out. You gotta be careful on this magenta, right? Because you're right on the 5 and on VWAP. And you know you're still in this liquidity zone, this liquidity box. Protect your trade on the break of this magenta. If you took the break of this magenta, you got to protect your trade. You see where the next key level is. You got to protect your trade here. We're still far below the water in that 30 minutes far below the water. All right, magenta is about to hit target. All right, magenta hit target. That's a winner. Remember, don't overstay your welcome. If you get more out of it, great, but do not overstay your welcome here. If you're waiting for this call up here, just wait. I'm gonna take some off the table. I'm gonna take some off the table over here, just to secure the win. I'd like to get a little bit above 84, 86. Just a little bit more so I can move the stop to where I want to put it. Hopefully we can get a big candle here. I want this one to close above 84.94. Excuse me, 84.96. I want it to close above this key level. There we go. Now I'm gonna start moving my stops. So whatever happens from here, I don't care. Can't lose from here. I went light here because we're close to the 5, so I went very light, and I put my stop on this this put line here. So we're gonna get something for today. We're green for the day, that's for sure. Now, how much green? That's depending on us. We're gonna see how much green we're gonna get, but we're green for the day, so can't lose from here. Okay, it took a little bit, but today was a good day. Can't complain. Still making money. There it goes. Come on, let's keep printing. Price action is really rough today, so you gotta take what you can get. I got stopped out for fees somewhere. I think somewhere over here. Stopped out for fees. Now we're making money. Took a little bit. You know, all we have to do is stick to the strategy. Finally, like I didn't stick to it over here, and I paid the price. So now I stuck to it. So now I'm reaping the benefits. I didn't stick to it. When was it? I want to say on this candle here. Yeah, it had to be at 1040 because this one kind of bothered me because I could have collected and I didn't, and then I could have let it. I could have held to at least either break even, take profit, whatever, but I didn't. So I broke my rules here and I paid the price. It wasn't too bad. I got out with fees, no big deal. But now we made our money. Now we're making money. So we took on probably this one here. I didn't get a good fill. I waited for this candle here, the 1205 candle, and now we're just collecting. Correct. Yes. That is correct. Exactly. So if we break blue, then that makes us think maybe we have some room to get to orange. If we break blue. If we break above blue. Okay. Because I wasn't paying attention, I didn't stop myself out. So now it's a good thing because I just moved it because my fingers are sticky and sweaty. I just moved it, and this one should have stopped me out, but it didn't. No, this one should have stopped me out, but it didn't. So now I got a little bit of room. I'm gonna leave everything. I only have 4 contracts, so I'm gonna leave them, all 4 of them right here. If it gets stopped out here, it gets stopped out. But I'm not gonna take a loss for today, that's for sure. I'm gonna secure whatever green I got. I'll take 2 off, and then the other 2 I'll leave right underneath there. Didn't stop me out yet. Still dancing on it. I'll leave the other 2 above. So I got in here. I'll leave it above this wick right here. So if this stops me out, I'll take these off. But if not, I'll have the other 2 sitting over here, which is right on the 5. So if we get back below 84, 86, I'll stop out for half, and then the other half is on the 5. So I can't lose. Took a little bit to get here, but we got here. Man, it took all morning to get here, actually. Finally got here. Yeah, I don't want to have to survive this bear cycle, so it's about to take me out. It's on the line, but it won't fill the order, so it's still dancing on it. I need to get a big pump right here. Come on, let's go. Big pump, big pump. Come on. Give me a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, just because I don't like the price action, I'm going to take half off here. I'm going to take off the other half here. So at least everything's protected. Fees and everything with profit, so. I want to survive this and see if I can get a little something extra. Come on, we need a little pump right here, just a couple more cents, couple more cents. That one took me out. So this took out half my contracts. I'm gonna let the other one sit right here. At least we're green for the day. Now how green? That depends on how much I move my fingers right now. We're about to see. So there's half of me that says just take more money. Why wait for it to go against you? But there's another half that says just stick to the plan. You can't lose from here, and you're gonna win either way. So I'm gonna stick to the plan. I can't lose from here, and either way, I'm gonna be a winner. So I can't be upset with that. I would really like a pump right now, though. That'd be nice. I'm gonna be upset if it goes down, touches the 5, and then shoots back up. Then I'm gonna be upset. That's exactly what it's gonna want to do. Still holding the other half of these contracts. I need a pump right here. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Man, there's a big part of me that just wants to stop the bleeding and move the stop just to collect a little bit more, but I'll stick with it. Can't be upset about making money. Now how much? That's up to me. I'm completely in control up to this point of how much I'm going to collect. All right, there we go. Another bite at the apple. Let's get another bite at the apple. on, let's go. Pump, pump, pump. I need this one. I need this one. It'd be nice if we can get to green. If we can at least get to green, that'll be nice. The call. So if we can get to this up here, that'll be nice. This one took me out. I moved the stops above. I moved it. This candle took me out. I was too antsy. It's okay. I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to chart. I'm trying to teach, chart, trade. It's too much, and I messed myself up. It better not go up. Now I'm angry. It better go down. Now it better go down. Come on, man. Don't do that. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. That's like the third time I've done that this week. That's the third time I did that. Look, come on now. Misery loves company. You know I'm upset when I want it to go the opposite way. Today's a rough day. Look at this. Today is the definition of chop. This is the definition of chop. Doesn't get any choppier. And then I let my winner go too soon. The plan was to hold until it went back below zero line, but I don't know where. That was my fault. Well, can't be upset because I still made money. Can't be upset because once you get upset, once you get upset, then it starts eating away at your psyche, and then you start revenge trading. Like there's half of me that wants to just buy call now and sit and wait, but I'm not going to. Okay. It better not shoot up right here. It better not. Don't do it. Okay. Don't do it. Don't shoot up like that. Don't do it. All right, YouTube, I gotta do some admin work. So give me a second, Discord. I'll still be here. I'm just gonna clean up the chart a bit. I'll be right back. Remember, we're still in this liquidity box. We never broke this liquidity box. Let me extend it. We're still in this liquidity box. Let it break. If you're tired of getting stopped out as soon as you get into a trade, it's because you're trading inside of liquidity. You need to at least get some direction going. If we're still in here, we don't have any direction. We're going sideways. So just be patient, set your alerts. We made a little something on this one. We made a little something. Yeah, the only real entries we had were, at this time it was magenta, you'd have to chase that. Magenta over here as well, risky because you're at the 5. And we didn't really have a put scenario. The safety puts would have been somewhere over here, underneath 681. Today's a rough day. You can't beat yourself up. Look at this. It's how can anyone trade inside of this? It's hard. Today's just a rough day. Today's one of those days. No matter what business you do, not every day is going to be a green day. That's just not a thing. No matter what business you do. I always use the coin laundry because when it's raining outside, people don't like to wash clothes. Or car wash, right? When it's car washing or when it's raining outside, people don't like to car wash. But you still got to open up your car wash every day. You still got to pay the light bill. Same thing. There's no difference. This is our business. This is just what it is. Not every day. If this is a business, you have to understand that this is what it is. Not every day is going to be a winner. It's just, that's impossible. There is no business like that. As long as we manage our risk, we'll be fine. We will be fine. We got to get out of this toxic box. Spanker knows about toxic box, right? Oh, she left. This is just sideways. Set your alerts. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay, I think this is gonna be my time. All right, let me see what happens with this move. I'm still here. Give me a second. I want to see if one of these hit. Okay, I'm gonna call it here. Discord, you see where the alerts are. I'll keep the computer on, but I'm not gonna stream on YouTube anymore. I'll be in there in a second. All right, YouTube, it's been a pleasure. If you're interested in learning how to trade with us, send an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted out. That's been my time. YouTube, you have a good day. Goodbye.